I got a question for you, because I think the pink ones, the pink beast, is those the ones you call pigs? Pig pines?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're piggies.
What do you call a pig that likes pineapple?
A hog.
No, a porcupine.
There you go.
Come on,
was gonna-
give me a courtesy laugh. Come on.
Yeah,
a
no,
No, that was a good
porcupine.
one.
A pig.
Papa's popping and locking. Magnum scrutinizing. Papa Mac's podcast.
Hey, everyone, and welcome back to episode 46 of the Poppin' Mags Pinecast. Mags, it's now been 314 days since we were told it'll be a few weeks until we can get our NFTs off the Theta drop.
That's amazing. But guess what, man?
What?
I got something really.
Breaking news?
Zombie. Zombie. Mag's got a zombie. And then
All
we'll
right,
just
so-
call that the song.
Yeah, so let's jump right into that, I guess. Wow. Somebody had a good night last night.
It
and
was a
wasn't
night.
me.
Yeah, it was a night for the ages, some would say.
Some would say. So you had a nice little pine opening.
Yep.
I guess miss one, make one, whatever. It
Right.
works. You also opened a Business Punk Unchained.
I didn't open it. I bought the business.
Oh, you
punk.
bought it. Okay. All right.
Monotode.
My apologies.
Yeah.
And a little team called UConn happened to win.
What? Say what?
Yeah, so somebody had a pretty good night. So I mean, now that you have your zombie, and I believe it was the one you wanted, right? You weren't going for that milkshake.
Well, I mean, you don't have a choice, but I've told you, I don't know if it was public or whatever, but and some of the other guys knew. I mentioned I liked that one. I don't know if this is the right English. I've been trying to get the vet zombie with the power pink background, and I had a pretty healthy bid in there in T fuel. It used to be like in US dollars, and then a really healthy T fuel bid. He brought it down to 10,000, and then I upped it even more, my T fuel bid. And so I canceled it and did a new one so he would get a notification, But then he didn't budge. And I put in some different offers on some customs, thinking, maybe I could, somebody will want to take that decent bid on a custom too.
Yeah.
And that didn't happen either. So Chief sends a message and that he got a floor. So he paid US dollar and he bought the cheapest US dollar can.
Yeah.
And
probably from our friend with 180 cans.
Did you confirm that?
I didn't, but the USD on the floor sounds like our boy.
Well, there was two in T Fuel that were cheaper than that one. And so I bought, it kind of got me on edge. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do. What am I going to do? And I thought it was already a success because I picked up a sweet deal on a American flag sailor hat.
Yeah, you did. That was beautiful. Nice.
It's the lowest rank one of them, but it's like there's like 18 of them or something like that. So they don't come on those. That was a floor price for what I paid for that for that one. Ill regards. I'm told is not a word, but yeah. So then I go, oh man, then I should buy one, and I bought one, and I got a floor wine glass, and I was like, oh, and then I go, I know this is stupid. Let's just run it back one more time. And next thing you know, I got the zombie of my dreams staring back at me,
Wow.
Oof.
So did you sleep at all last night?
I actually did. I don't know if you noticed. I don't know if we want to continue with Pine News or just go into my post.
Well, go ahead. Take it.
Well, no.
Wherever
So,
you wanna go.
backing up, I made a big deal with Chief this week also, or earlier in the week. Or
Yes, you did. But all right, hold on 1 second now. You had a request in now for coming on 314 days basically that you were hoping to see a zombie guardian T fuel pin bond
Yep.
Drop king, right? Drop into your
That it didn't have to be a king. That
Okay.
was
bonus.
URP. I
Okay.
mean, yeah, I didn't want to be too flashy, but
yeah.
URP was just going. He was just looking out for my best interests. So
That's
he
unusual, right?
no, he's a good dude. You know
Yeah,
that.
no, I know. So I mean, you had this request in, but now it seems that you have a zombie. So I'm just gonna say, I would take that one. I would take this.
I would still.
If it needs
take
a
that
home,
one.
if it needs a home, then So
I would take that one, and I would still take it. But even if it got downgraded to like a gold or silver skull, and
Okay.
Theta staker.
Okay. So
maybe.
you're looking for a gold skull.
Well, because I don't want to,
Theta staker. Yeah,
I don't want to be rude,
No, it makes sense. So
But,
I'll take
I mean-
the zombie, and you take the gold skull Theta
Wait,
staker.
so after all these months and all these weeks and all these days, and you've been lobbying for me, I pull a zombie, and then you're like, well, just give it to me now.
Well, listen, I mean, when we put our offers in, I originally had a silver skull on the wish list, but
right.
mine just kind of go unnoticed after a while. So I was looking out for my boy Mags that does all the editing.
Yeah, no, that I guess between both of us, that would be a really nice pint.
But either way, sorry. So back to the story. Chief ended up making a deal with you.
Yeah, well, Chief had a impressive week. I don't.
Chief had a massive week.
Did we?
And
Was
listen,
this last week or this? That was this week.
This week, yeah, he had a huge week. Last week, he was selling down his stash. Right, he needed to raise some tea fuel for some things unknown, and then this week he spent it all.
Well, he did. He made a big splash, big time.
Yeah, he makes some eggplant moves. We'll call it
eggplant. How's that?
Yeah, large eggplant.
Oh, yeah. He had. Yes, he did. So he made a deal for 2 customs from General Dole, also friend of the Pinecast, and he's loved not mine. It's not mine anymore, but Pineapple Kai. And I was at a point where I love the Pineapple Kai. It is pretty nice. Not gonna lie, I wasn't looking to trade that. However, I really wanted to have a FU SPS ring, right?
Yeah,
and
very rare.
Very rare. I mean, there's 13 of them, and honestly, I think there's only one more left. There was a real nice one that got voided out in the batches, but we won't talk about that.
Ouch.
Okay. But yes, it was. They made a deal for 2 customs then, so I was like, hey, maybe you want to do a deal, and he's like, well, I only got this to work with, and so what I did was we made a deal for undisclosed amount on the side, but I got the FU ring, and I got a blue mummy wrap. So, which also made me complete the mummy wrap challenge. Don't know if you know that.
Wow. So you checked off quite a few boxes this week. Blue mummy wraps, the FU ring, the sailor hat, the USA sailor hat, and a zombie.
Right.
That's quite a week.
That is a week for the ages. So he took that. Pineapple Kai went, to a good home. He's, reunited with
Daniel's son.
So, so Chief had a heck of a week, but it's just funny how instrumental his trades led, and then him trying to open up a can led to me getting the zombie. And it's the zombie that I wanted. There's only one zombie left out in the wild.
Just saying.
So if
you know, you know. Milkshake. Yeah.
Would you kick that one out of bed?
No, absolutely not.
Because Swampy, I don't know if you saw Swampy was giving you a hard time in the.
Oh, dude, it's like it's like I got a target on me or something. It's crazy. People just looking to give me a hard time. Swampy loves giving me a hard time. Yeah. So let's get back into this UConn business here.
Oh, okay. And now for
Because
something different.
speaking of getting a hard time, like all of a sudden I'm to blame for you entering this tournament twice. So
Well, as long as you admit it, is that what I hear?
no, that is not. That's no admission.
Well, that's how it sounded like you phrased it. I'm sorry.
Well, that's how it's being phrased at me. Yeah, because it makes no sense as a normal person would understand.
Well,
But,
okay. Well, you know what's upsetting me? Well, it's not upsetting me, but what's making me uncomfortable is I owned up to this last week on the Pinecast, and Swampy published a newspaper article that said, Magnum, and this wasn't on April Fool's, Magnum cleared of all charges. And now all of a sudden,
clearly satire.
Is it?
Clearly.
I don't know about
I think that was the National Enquirer post.
and now, UConn wins in command and fashion last night. And
they look good. They do.
And now the Magnum is in second, the Pig Vikings in third, somebody's in first, and if UConn wins, Magnum's going to win it all. I mean, so prize aside, okay, if Magnum pulls this off, that's 2 March Madnesses in a row. He pulled off Pine Madness last year, and then he could, by the time they listen to this, people will know if he won again, regardless of if he gets anything or not.
That's true. But
so
let's talk prizes now. So
go ahead.
The 10s and 10s want to know what's your stance on prizes.
I love prizes. You don't love prizes? Who doesn't love a good prize?
So are you saying the person that would have came in 11th place if you had only entered once doesn't get a prize? Because that person probably wants a prize.
Here's the deal, Pops. It's funny that you're bringing this up. Once again, I addressed this last week and I was cleared on all charges, but now it's coming back up. Like there's a thing called double jeopardy, where the points are double, and the attention I'm getting has been ramped up.
And the answers matter.
The answers do matter, but it's funny. So back to why it's funny why you're asking is because that will just bump you up a better spot. So I feel.
But either way, I'm getting an NFT. But you taking 2 would bump somebody out of contention completely.
Right. Well, I already suggested that the Pig Viking gets nothing.
Oh, I don't remember hearing that. So is that official?
Did.
Oh, okay.
I said, because Swampy was talking about last week before we recorded, I believe, that I provided him a suggestion. I said, hey, do a legally binding Twitter poll. And he says, we'll see about that. We'll assess. And he didn't want to do it because, he said I was innocent on all charges. But I suggested that, does Magnum get nothing? Does only Magnum get one and no Pig Viking? Or does Magnum get nothing? So I already have taken that off the table for the Pig Viking. I
think that's fair because I know that if you only entered one, it would have been the one that you picked with Magnum because you got UConn going all the way. Every year.
And me and the Pig Viking persona, he almost had UConn, but then he's like, I don't want to make it look too obvious. I'll just have him losing in the championship game.
Yeah, that's not obvious.
So right. That's the stance on that.
All right, so that's cleared. Okay, so how about we go to Twitter here? And
oh boy,
did you? Yeah, there's a few things, but did you see the tweet from Verified Labs about being on the side of Resorts World?
Yes, I did.
They had their drop.
Oh, I did. I retweeted it.
Yeah, so that's
but
pretty cool.
I didn't do my due diligence till after the fact.
Yeah, because so Verified Labs was on the side of Resorts World for their upcoming drop, and they had a few tags that they did within the Twitter post, and for some reason they tagged this guy Steven Squirrel, and
Steven S. Squirrel, Steven S. Squirrel, Triple S,
and some dude Mitch Winters that hasn't been on Twitter in a decade. So yeah, I think they were trying to tag Steve McQueen, and they tagged Stephen McQueen, who is Stephen S. Squirrel.
And then was it Mitch? You think they were trying to tag?
M Winters. I think Matt because they're Winters, right? Justin
Right.
Winters, Matt Winters.
Winters is coming.
Yeah, Winters is just past us. So Mitch got the tag. Probably the first tags he's gotten in 10 years.
Should we follow these randos? What do you
No, I don't think so.
think? Oh, okay.
I don't know. It's up to you. But
Sure.
yeah, so I thought that was kind of funny.
That was when you told me, dude, I was dying. And then it just got better with Mitch. First you pointed out
Yeah.
Stephen S. Squirrel.
Yeah.
Probably Esquire. And then Mitch Winters. You can't make this up. It's amazing.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Especially with some of the inside baseball we get. It's completely believable and funny. So and in Twitter news also, dude, I used the block for the first time ever this week. So I had to block Mr. Bitconnect. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
R.I.P. him.
I wouldn't I just try not to engage with him anymore.
Yeah, I don't seek engagement, but when it comes to me, then it's like, this guy's posting on my, like, it was a thank you for Andrea for being around for a year and all that she's done, that, we know she's done a ton.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, name one thing. So I name one thing. He's like, oh, now he's moving the goalposts because he didn't like the one thing that I named.
He moved the goalposts on me back in the day too. So that's his thing.
That's what I told him. I was like, that's your standard move. Go back under your bridge. Bye.
Right.
And blocked him.
I would have too. I thought you thought, so I'm thinking that you thought that you could handle that. And I mean, you did handle it regardless or regardless, but it's, if you didn't engage, you wouldn't have probably blocked him because he wouldn't have,
exactly.
You wouldn't have fueled the fire.
Exactly. There's been plenty of times where I just let it go, and I didn't feel like just letting it go this time. So, hey, my Twitter is better off now. So, see ya.
Yeah. So Twitter, everything comes back to either before the zombie and after the zombie. BZ and AZ. Well, no, it's just how all those trades worked, and then the deal before that. Everything. I am where I am today, if not for these other things. And this is like, I've noticed this theme, I used to, don't do it as much anymore, but when I open a really cool pine, I like to post it and the community loves it.
Yeah.
And then enter Trollman, always comes in. And then I usually, everything was positive other than this one Trollman, and then his troll buddy came in, I saw. And I was gonna, I saw you got into it. I saw Swampy. I saw Tygon King got into it. Maybe some others too. Maybe two. But I was going to go right for the jugular when he posted that last night because I held off. But, to my surprise, everyone else just wasn't having it and called him out. Because I opened it late. A lot of people didn't see it, but some of the trolls did. And you can tell by the way they ask the questions. These are like the same way that the trolls ask these questions about Andrea. It's like the same like playbook. Yeah. And here's the deal, man. If you're big into T-bill, then like, okay, not what I would be big into.
Yeah, and that's fine.
But like, why dump on somebody else? And you have a pineapple as your PFP too.
Exactly.
Like a nice No Mercy pine.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Utility. It's just funny him asking about utility of pines, and he's just sunk deep into T-bill and Geno.
Yeah, no, for sure. And it's one of those things where I don't go seeking this stuff out. Like, if G World posts something, I'm not like jumping on it to rag on him. But for him to come on this post and then rag on Rare Robot, it's like, dude, what are you like? Are you serious right now? Like, you can't be serious. So I just had to say something, and it's one of those things. It's like in my notifications, right? So it's, I'm not trying to find these guys and be rude to them, but it's like, dude, like this is landed on my lap. I got to say something.
Well, I appreciate it, and I appreciate all y'all, because I didn't want to. It just sucks when like I don't like to like. I'm not trying to brag. I just wanted to share the zombie with everyone, on Twitter.
For sure. No,
And
that's cool.
because I'm so humble. I just wanted to, I didn't want to like brag. I just wanted to like, hey, look what I got. I've been a hard luck loser on a lot of cans. You know that.
Oh
Maybe
yeah, no doubt.
I know my boy T News. He knows about that. But me and T News have hit some good ones though too.
For sure.
But the
You
odds
open
weren't
enough.
the odds weren't good for me, and I wound up getting the zombie cheaper than I if you include the second can, both cans, I got it way cheaper.
Oh yeah.
Then
For sure.
the other guy has it posted, and also too, I don't know if you looked, the rankings just changed because now there's another zombie. So some stuff got rare, other stuff, all the zombies got less rare. So now the dude with the vet who's selling for 10K or listing for 10K, I don't think it's. I mean, yeah, it's worth it, but nobody's got 10K right now, so you're not gonna.
Yeah, that just got harder to sell for sure.
It just got harder to sell at that price point, at that low price point.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
So maybe somebody else could scoop them up.
Yeah.
Hopefully the guy
he's probably wishing that he took your offer.
Yeah, because I got a better one, even though I do like that one too. Not gonna lie, it's that one's pretty cool too with the vet zombie. But and it's simple, it's clean. I like it. I love mine though. That's the one I was looking for. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but it might sound like I am.
It's all good, dude. Congrats again. That was a hard-earned zombie, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
So we also had. I wanted to give a little update. The burning numbers on Theta Drop, they updated however they were doing it before, and now it seems to make more sense. Like the Fuse Guardians, they have right the number minted and the number opened and everything.
Mhm.
But the Tigons are still whacked. They're not adding up properly. And I think it's because of all of the Tigons that have been withdrawn to Open Theta. So I'm not sure why they don't include them in the count, but it seems like, I can't confirm, but it seems like they're just counting only Theta Drop wallet Tigons.
I don't know. I don't know the answer to this, so I'm just asking. Does Open Theta reflect the correct numbers?
Yes, Open Theta has the correct numbers.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool.
So I'm curious, dude. On March 26th at 10:53 p.m., do you remember where you were and what you were doing?
No, I don't.
Well, it's curious because if you go to the sales history and you find that time of the day a week ago,
Yeah.
it seems that someone that was in control of your account bought a Katie, a Hello Katie, the one that you need the bronze VIP for. That couldn't have been you after the hard time I got about this. And then, so I'm going through last week.
Well, you're all over my shit. I mean, I can't.
Well,
Go ahead.
I was not intentionally, but I just
think
saw,
it was
like,
intentionally.
I saw a little action on your account. I was like, oh, that's interesting. He's got a bronze VIP. How did he get that? So doing what I do, I look into your wallet and I don't see, like, I was like, oh, I must have got the Katie, but I look and it's not there on the top. So I go into your wallet, like your wallet address on Theta Explorer, and I follow where the 50,000 T drop came from, and it came from Theta Drop, from their big pile that they had, the same pile that I got my 50,000 for, that's locked up for my Hello Katie.
Right.
So I go back in and I scroll down for 2 miles, and there they are. Hello Katie, Golden Lion, and the King of Hearts. Trying to hide them. This guy buys it and then lists things for sale just so he can rearrange his wallet and push them all the way down. I mean, A for effort. Big time. But you got caught.
Oh, true. I did get caught. That's yep.
And the best part is you didn't think I noticed, and I did, and I had posted something in Pins and Pines, and I was like, oh, I better erase it because I'm just gonna save this for the Pinecast.
I didn't see it. Obviously, I know it's either you or your pal. Always knows when I do something,
Yep.
and I'll be like, "Hey, I got this," and he's like, it'd be like during the workday. You're like, "I already know, man. You know,
Yeah.
I was already told." Like, so you got people checking out my wallet. Now that I got, Katie, is I don't
Yeah.
know. So yeah, it might seem hypocritical. I will say what happened was I sold a Simbi after
Yeah.
that announcement.
No, it's before it.
Was it before?
Right before. Yeah.
Well, no, it was before I purchased. Yeah, but yeah, it was right. Oh, it was right before. Okay.
Yeah. Like
So
the
when
night
I got
before.
US dollar, and I realized I must have sold it for close to $5, almost like $4.97 before fees, I think.
Yeah, $4.99, I think it was.
Yeah, and I bought it for $160. So I'm doing the math in my head, and I go, well, if I get the Katie, I figured how much that was going to cost me. I think I bought, I don't know, 120 or 130 for the new Katie one that I needed, and then I had to buy the other two. And so I figured I was still up, and now I get nice and T fuel,
there you go.
thus making me a hypocrite. And it's like I can't wait till Mac finds out. He's gonna give me such shit.
Oh boy.
Because we had like a side thing going on when all this went up. But I think I toned the temperature back. I think I pulled it back before we recorded, right on that. And I didn't want to go too heavy, and I didn't think I was gonna.
Oh yeah.
I didn't think that was gonna happen. But then I got this US dollar on my account, and I can get that. It's basically not. I'm still making out after that. But
no, for sure.
I tried to hide my wallet, and
that's the best part of this.
And I can't. I thought I was clear because you didn't say anything all week, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is great!" I got one by. Chief's gonna give me crap for it too. Swampy, freaking hot Brody. Brody's gonna give me shit because I gave every single person in our side group shit about that. So
it's amazing.
But I'm humble enough to admit it. My transgressions.
There you go.
I did it.
And speaking of symbiotes, I don't know. Did you see that big camo Fuse Guardian custom sale this week?
I did.
Wow.
I did. Yeah.
Hey, Mom, coming in hard with that. So.
And that's who I got the American flag.
Yeah. That's
from
right.
Yeah.
Yep. So that was wow.
Yeah, that was
very cool.
Very large.
Yeah.
Very large.
And then shout out to the Pugs. They had another drop and things sold out in an instant on waitlist. Some people didn't even get it. So shout out HGH and everything he's doing.
That's awesome.
Did you get a Pug?
I didn't even waitlist. I
gotcha.
I don't really have any Pugs. I might have one or two or something. But it's just they look cool. I just didn't get into them. I said that before. You can only be in so much.
100%. Yeah.
Last time I bought one and then I flipped it for had to be more than double. So it went pretty good for me. But I go, I can obligate funds for it, and I go, I'd rather somebody who wants it get it, and not to, even though it doesn't matter. But yeah, I didn't want to. Yeah, I didn't want to do that.
Yeah. So I ended up getting one on the drop and did a little flipping back and forth, and wound up. I opened 3. So I opened 2 of the regulars and 1 rare. And I was able to take the 2 regular ones and mint from the challenge and get that. And then I sold the rare. And so I was all in about $60 for 3 Pugs after a little flip session on Friday. So
yeah, that's good. Yeah. And you know what's good about that? What was it? Like 700 something was the size of that, right?
Yeah. 725, I think. Yeah.
We talk about because Theta Drop would never tell us like what their numbers are, you know.
Oh, yeah.
and nor should they though, right?
Well, yeah.
But you know what I mean? I would assume that I would say that's very like, even though like shit's going downhill with the market and everything, it's kind of like a little gauge where, hey, that's a good number that you can count on.
That's a solid number to drop at for sure. I mean, HGH has a very good community backing him and a history of drops that have gone successfully, and people were able to make money off of them at the beginning. So I was pretty convinced that thing was going to sell out quickly. And you just mentioned something I want to bring up. You know, we had Oscar looking into some of these accusations of breaking even by Theta Drop.
Yeah.
But dude, got bad news.
What's that?
Had to let Oscar go.
Wait, he's gone?
He's gone, man. He didn't come through.
Ugh.
He didn't come through. Friday came and went. I even gave him to yesterday. Nothing. The report's not on my desk, so I had to let Oscar go. So we're back looking for another intern.
He was working the Steve McQueen Sunshine Square deal for us. I saw some emails go back and forth.
Well,
I don't know if you
we're gonna
saw
have to
that.
pick up the pieces on that.
So we're hiring? Is that where we are?
Well,
again?
we're looking for free labor. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
But
oh, damn it! I thought Oscar was going to be the one.
Yeah, me too. He got a little grouchy though, so. Yeah. So, all right. This week we were able to have a guest on. This week, first time in a bit.
No. We got one other thing to talk about.
Okay, go. Where?
Well, you wrote this down. Your boy Wes One posted something.
Oh boy,
you know better than me the content of what he was saying. He was saying in is it like the Theta something Discord? I'm not even in it. I don't even think about NFT withdrawals.
Yep, the main Theta Discord. Yeah, so it looks like the stance has changed again. You know, we were told that people need to identify utility, and then they'll be able to get the NFTs off.
Right.
Now it seems like that we're being told we're in the final stages here, and all you need to do is agree to being able to let these things off, and they'll let them off.
And there was a rogue project who refused.
Right. Yeah. So allegedly there's one creator that is refusing to let the NFTs come off of Theta Drop. So, I mean, to each their own. He said it was part of the new thing is it was part of a contract that they had with the creators that they signed that I guess, I don't know, whatever.
That's fine if they want to stay there, but
yeah, that's fine if they
that's not the reason why you can't do it for everyone.
Exactly. That's fine if they want to stay there, but what about the ones that want to come off?
Right.
Like I'm not worried about the ones that want to stay on. We know that the ones that we have that we're interested in want to come off a Theta Drop, so let's allow it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that the story keeps changing.
It does, and and I didn't even have that written down, and I know we talked about it. You bookmarked it, and then I was like, "Oh, you're introducing the guest."
Oh yeah, no, I didn't even write it down. I completely forgot. Yeah.
So, get your story straight.
Yeah, exactly. Get your story straight and get your NFTs off of there. And whoever the one creator is, like, it must have. I don't know.
BitBoy. I know it was BitBoy.
Could be. So yeah, no, we had a guest on this week, Andrew from Theta Seeds. It was a nice to get to know a little bit more about that project that's minting on Open Theta. There was one part in the interview where I mentioned, so he's basically selling these NFTs, and the NFTs get to accrue these seed tokens. And at the end of the year, when he's done with his growing season, he basically allocates 50% of his earnings to pay back the seed token holders. Sounds like a pretty decent deal. The one thing I wish I would have asked him, like I didn't really look too much into the economics of it until afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
but it looks like he's got about 4,200 NFTs to mint, and he's minted about 700 in some of them so far.
Okay.
So I'm just curious. I don't know if the percentages change based on the numbers that are minted or whatever. But that was my only. I wish I would have asked him that when we had him on, but maybe I can clear that up with him afterwards.
Yeah,
because that makes a
I'm
big
sure he
difference.
wouldn't mind.
Yeah, that makes a big difference, right? On how the possible payback could be. Because I don't know how.
It seems like, when we briefly talked about it, and not trying to put words in his mouth, but it seems like the current holders now would fare better if less was sold. Correct?
That's exactly where I was going with this, right?
Yeah.
Because that doesn't seem like it's something you want to promote, right? You would want to promote the more in, the better, but I don't know.
Right. So I
could
hear Swampy being shut up.
Yes, yeah. The group of five, the barons,
the Seed family. Never go against the Seed family.
Yeah. But no, it was a pleasure to have him on. We got to learn a lot about him and what he's doing, and it's all commendable stuff. Like, this guy is trying to make the earth a better place, and he's got a lot of different ideas. So we hope you enjoy that interview with Andrew from Theta Seeds, and that'll be coming up
after these messages.
This week's episode is brought to you by Dr. Theta's Community Guardian Node. Theta's premier community guardian node where you can stake your Theta if you don't run your own guardian node. Best of all, 100% uptime so you do not miss any rewards, and 0 fees so you earn 100% of your T-Fuel. Trusted by Theta Labs, you can easily stake directly within your wallet. Simply go to the staking tab, choose Delegated Guardian Node, and find Dr. Theta's Guardian Node. Quick, simple, reliable, and best of all, safe, as the coins never leave your wallet. Stake with the Doc today.
Papa Max Podcast.
Hey everyone, welcome back, and we're happy to have with us this evening Andrew from Theta Seeds. Andrew, welcome.
Thank you very much, guys. Pleasure to be here. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Very nice.
This is actually the first interview that I've had since the drop, since being on the platform. I'm very grateful that you guys had me on and provide this to the community. It's a great thing to get some information out and get people in the know what's going on. In the podcast format too, particularly, I think is really cool because I'm very low tech. Surprisingly, you guys would laugh if you saw my setup. Oh my gosh.
Should see ours.
Let me tell you that really quick. Because I feel like Web3 can be for anyone. And I've been doing, participated and doing different things for 2 or 3 years now. I started on Cardano and did some Theta TV stuff, and like, I'm really low tech. So I do all my filming with just my phone, and I bring it in to a desktop computer that is not connected to the internet. But I do. Okay, so then the video is made. And then I go over to my $120 laptop that is perched on top of my dishes, my dish rack in the kitchen, and where I pick up my neighbor's Wi-Fi signal. There. So from my dish rack, I'm uploading my videos to the Theta TV, and it's from one hop, step, and a jump, from one to the next.
That's amazing.
And I've been able to put all this really cool stuff together, my NFTs and all. I've got like 150 videos uploaded to Theta TV, and I've been on Theta Drop and Open Theta and all the other projects that we're in, but I do it all pretty much from a cell phone, and it's not, even that's not all that advanced, but.
Well, I got good news for you. As soon as you get off this call, West 2 is probably going to be all over you trying to get an interview with you as well.
I can't do it. My internet isn't powerful enough to do a video call. And so so thanks for bringing that around, Pops, because because that's been the real hiccup in my setup is I don't have enough internet power to do a video call or to get on with Wes or to get on, to do a Zoom call. So I think the podcast format is great. This little app that you're using seems perfect.
Yeah, perfect. It's working. All right, cool, dude. So tell us a little bit about Theta Seeds. Like, where did the idea come from, and where's this thing going?
Sure. My gosh, how far back should I go? I'll tell you what. Theta was not the first blockchain that I participated in or the first crypto that I bought. The first thing that I was really attracted to was Cardano, and because I'd seen some YouTube videos of the founder Hoskinson, and he does these AMAs and he talks to the community, and he seems like a really, really smart guy. And this was about 3 years ago. Now Cardano at the time, like how Theta has the hackathon, Cardano has their own hackathon. I think it's called Catalyst. And so I applied for that like 3 years ago with this concept. And so it wasn't picked up. I don't know. I had maybe 50 votes out of 1,000 or something like that. But that's where the concept kind of originated, and where I understood that Web3 and blockchain and digital assets could be used to incentivize people all around the world to restore ecology and to garden and to plant seeds and to be more natural and good for the environment. And that's kind of what I'm striving for. That's the vision. The vision with my project is to get people more connected to the earth and to kind of get people out of their computers and into the dirt. So that's the basis and that's the vision. And I think with what I've been able to put together here is a really strong concept, and it should work. And so hopefully through this conversation, we'll touch on these utilities and the things that I've tried to set up to bring this vision to fruition.
Yeah. So let's just start with kind of the basics here. So when someone mints one of your NFTs on Open Theta, what is it that they're getting? It almost looks like a pack, like the seed packs. My father has had a garden my whole life growing up, so I spent plenty of time tilling and picking out the rocks and picking weeds and all that stuff. But so these pictures that I'm seeing on there, they look like the seed packs. Is that basically what they're supposed to be?
Yeah, that's the concept. That's the concept. Every single NFT represents a packet of seeds. And so whenever you like, you can ask for me to mail them to you and they will arrive in the mail. So number one, it's 1-for-1 backed by organic seeds. So right off the bat, you're buying something that's a physical redeemable. We can move on to the other things, other utilities. So you've bought the NFT on Open Theta, you've minted it, and now it's in your wallet. From the day it's in your wallet, it's accruing staking. It's staking, and so each NFT, each seed packet, okay, there's a number in the attributes that says how many seeds will come in your packet. Now that number is vital because it's going to correspond to your staking power. Each of these NFTs when it's in your wallet, it's staking and you're earning the seeds token. Now this is a TNT20 token I've got minted on Theta blockchain, and I've been distributing them for, almost 5 weeks now. And there's different ways to earn your seeds tokens. Now this isn't like it's not actively traded. I don't have like a liquidity pool or anything like that set up with this crypto. But what it is going to be is at the end of the growing season, I'm going to distribute the funds that I've been able to put into the community pool through the entire season, and it will be distributed equally amongst the people who hold the seeds tokens. So in November, you're going to be able to cash in the seeds that you've earned through this process of staking and proof of work, and like you'll receive an equal share based on however many you have. Like, let's say you've been able to accrue 1,000 Theta Seeds or Seeds tokens, and in the entirety, 10,000 have been distributed. Well, you will earn 10% of the value that we're putting into the pool. Okay, so I hope that's not too over your head or whatnot.
No, I get that, but so where does the value being put into the pool come from?
Yeah. So that's kind of the crux of it is you're buying into me. Okay. When you mint this project, you're buying into me and my capacity to grow plants, harvest them, sell them to restaurants, to customers, to grocery stores, and sell them. And then what I've committed to is half of the profits I make out of farming this whole season is going to be put back into the community. So that's kind of where it's the question mark. Is it going to be a low risk, high reward scenario? And that's what I've tried to make it. You know, it's not doing like an internet magic money type Ponzi thing,
right.
Or it's not relying on some crypto to go up or down. I'm actually taking dollars that will be earned from the real world and putting it into my community and the people who believe in me. You understand?
Yeah, no, I do understand. That's pretty cool. So how long have you been gardening?
For years. But just last year, I came into a really good opportunity, and this is where, I mean, this project could be very high value, and I'm not going to pull any punches or dog it in any way. I'm literally going to contribute 50% of the profits that I make, and as we go throughout the season, I'm going to take videos and photos and show the community. Oh, we've sold this. I've distributed these tomatoes to this restaurant, and here's $40 going into the pool. You know what I mean? Like it's it's gonna be pretty cool. And so last year I've been connected with this this family. Okay. And this family in my region runs 4 restaurants. The last property they bought is this really cool old-fashioned, it's a restaurant with 5 acres behind it. And so that's the main farm. And I worked there last year as like a farmhand. And I went and, we planted all kinds of stuff. And we did farm to table organic food at the restaurant. And it's incredible. And so we had all huge harvests of potatoes and tomatoes and peppers and, anything you can imagine. And we don't have the time to get into it here, but like I said, I've got 150 videos uploaded to my Theta TV page where I've kind of documented all season last year and all this. Oh, it's wonderful. So for this upcoming year, me and my friend Dave made a deal with Nalcy and the family that we're going to get 1 acre at this farm, at this organic farm. And our 1 acre is what we're going to propagate on and cultivate on. We got big plans. We've got a third guy coming in, and he's got really rare, exotic, like heirloom tomatoes and peppers, and it's incredible. It's a great opportunity. Now at my own house as well, I've got 14 raised beds around my yard. And I've documented how we build that and fill them in with soil and these sorts of things. And I've got I I made a deal with the landlord to annex the lot across the street, and we're doing a community garden on that plot. And so in a real roundabout way to answer your question, I've got 3 main pieces of land that we're going to be cultivating on all season. There's the 1 acre plot at the farm. There's the big community garden lot across the street, and we're gonna I'm gonna film and show how we're gonna turn it from all grass into a working little farm. And then I've got the 14 raised beds around my yard, which, those will produce as well. Yeah, this is just, it's been a dream, and it's been a real endeavor over the last number of years. Like I said, I tried to get this through Cardano. I've applied to the Theta think tank and Theta drop and all that. And I'm just so grateful that I was able to connect with Simon and Doc Theta at Open Theta, and they, they saw the vision and what I was building to, and gave me the opportunity to have the drop. So here we are. I'm able to. I'm a creator in Web3, even though I've got my laptop set on my dishes, and things are coming together. I should have at the start thanked my supporters to this point. Last I checked, we have 59 unique wallets that are holding Theta Seeds. Those are my biggest supporters. Those early adopters are the people who took the time to read the white paper and to understand the value proposition and took a chance on me. And I gotta say, like, I've been in a lot of NFT projects, and I've the bull market, the bear market, whatever, right? But what really irks me is when they have another drop or they release more supply, and it kind of waters down the value of all the Series 1 and all the previous NFTs. And I've learned from these things. I'm going to implement certain long-standing utilities and long-standing value propositions into these NFTs, where I'm really going to strive to take care of my community and the people who buy into me.
Magnum here, Andrew. How's it going?
Hey, thanks, man. I'm pretty good.
No, I just picked up. I just shifted some stuff around. I picked up a couple seeds right now. I got another dill, and I got some celery. No big deal.
Okay, on your dill, I think all 4 have a video. Did you want to try to open your video? Because to me, this is the real advantage that Theta blockchain has over the other blockchains and over other NFTs, is that we really, Open Theta, Theta drop, we can incorporate the video and the audio components. And I think those aspects, we're just scratching the surface on what can be, what can be displayed. So pull it up and see what you got.
So I have this dill, Monmouth, Long Island, and then some kind of words I don't know. Of course. Oh, yeah.
What's the picture? What's the picture, Mags? Mags, what's the picture?
Ladybugs. I'm watching the video now. There's ladybugs.
Okay.
Dill Kings.
Do you have the audio on? I couldn't hear it. Do you have it on?
Oh, there is some. It is not what I thought it would be.
Okay. Okay, great. Let me explain to you what's going on here.
Please do.
Okay.
Yes.
There's 42 NFTs in my Series 1 drop. Okay, 42. Half of them, 21, have video and an audio component. And the video is me in the yard, and I film all the bugs on the plants. Okay. Okay, imagine me in my yard around the house, and I see these ladybugs on the dill, and I look at them and go, wow, they're really doing something. So I get my phone out, and I start filming them, right? And I've been doing this for years. And so I've got all these really neat insects on the plants that are of the seeds. And so what's really interesting to me is that it's like I am taking a real life, a real nature, this life, this creature that has existed in the world, and I have documented it, and I've put it on the blockchain forever. Okay, so even if some wild dystopic future and everybody's got cybernetic implants and there's no nature left, here we are, and I've got actual video documented evidence of life. And to me, that's a really unique thing. And you know, I can't even phrase it properly with what I'm trying to say, but it's an incredible feeling to be able to cultivate life. And you see, when you grow a garden, you're not just growing a plant or something that you're going to eat. You're providing an ecosystem for all these other creatures to grow and flourish and live. And so there's that. That's the video element, okay? The
Okay.
audio is me in our yoga group. Okay, so I belong to a yoga studio called Cave of the Heart, and
Shout out.
the style is called Shivananda, and it's a very well-known style all around the world. There's Shivananda ashrams all around the world, and this is a really cool organization. I mean, the ashram is kind of like a church, right? There's a church in this area. There's a church over here, right? We call them ashrams. But they're all around the world, and it's really cool that you can kind of like go visit the one in Jamaica or go visit the one in India, and you can kind of just travel around and so, but twice a day, every ashram around the world chants what you're hearing in the video. Okay? It's called the Shivananda Daily Chant. They sing it twice a day, morning and night. And it's very powerful. It's in an ancient language called Sanskrit. This language predates all the European languages. It predates English, French, Latin. It's ancient. It's like thousands of years old language from ancient India. And translated, what we're chanting is praising all the good in the world and all the gurus and teachers that have come before us, and all positive things in life. And so that's the chanting that's overlaid on top of the video. It's very it's a holistic thing, right? It's very uplifting.
Yeah, I was not prepared for that. And I'll tell you that. I was
And
not
I'll tell
prepared
you
for that in
this.
my ear.
If you sing along with it, okay, it's a call and response chanting, right? You're supposed to sing along with it when the chorus sings along. And if you do this, if you sing the same chants along with the group, you will raise your own vibration and your own frequency in your body, and it's very healing. There's many anecdotal examples of people healing themselves from crazy illnesses just by chanting in certain frequencies and tones. So
Okay.
thanks for minting those and asking that question. Appreciate it.
Well, and that was the quickest I could move some stuff to some loose tea fuel, I guess, if you'd call that. Couple
There is
transfers
no
and-
such thing as loose tea fuel.
I didn't know there was such thing as tea fuel. I can't. I think it's a mystical creature. It just disappears as quickly as
Yeah.
it comes in.
Where does it come from, right? But no, listen, it's good timing, and let me touch on this, okay? I put out a tweet today talking about how I'm going to have monthly challenge rewards for the NFTs, okay? And the tweet I put out today was talking about how we have a collaboration with Ivory Jones. And I mean,
what is that about?
Man, I'm over the moon, okay? Like Ivory Jones art, like that. When I first joined Theta Drop, I was collecting his stuff. Like it was the most advanced NFTs at the time. Like this guy's an OG. I had his Digital Asset News and the Theta Warrior, and some of his collabs that he put together when Theta Drop was just getting started. And that evolved into his Thetaverse and Fuse Wars and Symbiotes, and he's just going to take over Web3 in the very near future. So for him to kind of reach out to me and offer this this collaboration, this challenge reward, it's oh man, it's great. I'm so happy about it. And talking to him over the Discord and hearing what his concept is, what he's got planned, you guys are you're gonna be blown away. So what's happening is my project is really it's a 1-year thing, right? We dropped in February and it'll all be wrapped up by December. all 2023. Okay. And so there's going to be 7 challenges, a monthly thing. It'll be April, May, June, July, August, September, October. And then November is going to be the master challenge. If you have collected all 42 NFTs and the 7 challenge rewards, there's going to be a 50th master NFT awarded. And it's going to tie the whole project together. So we've got, I think, 5 or 6 wallets right now that have all 42 NFTs, and
Oh,
you know,
wow.
it's all people, you know, right? It's you know,
I think Swampy, maybe Chief,
Chief,
yeah, those guys,
Tygon King.
TK, yeah.
CWB and Daboog, and yeah, so those are the guys right now that got all, and so they can sit back and they're just gonna collect everything now. They're getting their staking. They're gonna get all their challenge rewards. They're sitting pretty. But let me tell you about the challenge rewards. So we're gonna do collaborations, right? And I've got Ivory Jones lined up. I've got your buddy from Pineapples. You remember Wolver Apple?
Yo, yeah. Whatever happened to that guy?
How could we forget him?
Whatever
Well,
happened to that guy?
He lives in the
Miss that
North
guy.
Pole. He lives in the North Pole now, and he's known as Santa.
And he only comes once a year. Right.
Well,
Yeah. Unless he's busting my balls.
Yeah.
you're wading into waters I don't want to follow.
So
Okay,
Wolvie, sure.
So we got Wolver Apple, and he's really been like digging deep on the Midjourney and the AI art, and he's got some really cool stuff planned for the collaboration. And then I've touched base with a few other people. They're not exactly committed, but very excited to kind of see where this is going. So I still have 2 or 3 slots available for a collaboration. And so if there's anybody of the tens of tens listening that really kind of is enamored with the project and likes the vision and likes what we're trying to do and would like to participate, maybe you would like to design one of the challenge rewards. Throw that out there.
It's a big responsibility.
It is, yeah. But you'd be surprised. We've got some wonderful artists in the community and people who haven't really been given that opportunity to showcase what they can do. And I'd like to do that for people. Now, the first challenge reward, okay, it's probably the most important. And so it's coming up in April. This is why I'm most grateful that you guys are having me on now, because there's still about 3 weeks for people to free up their T-Fuel and or put $100 in. You know, they're only about $10 each, right? The first challenge reward is if you're holding any 10 Theta Seeds NFTs, you're going to get challenge reward number 1, which was my collaboration with Max Theta, and he drew the Theta Seeds logo. So the most important challenge reward is going to be number 1. It's the Theta Seeds logo. I'm going to have a special video message attached to it. But why I say it's going to be the most important is because we're going to keep coming back to this one and giving the challenge reward number 1 utility. None of the NFTs that I have on Open Theta right now have a serial number. And that was kind of by design. We didn't want to jumble the title, or I didn't want serial numbers to get in the way or blah, 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 right? There was no need to differentiate your deal from somebody else's deal. But these challenge rewards will have a serial number. And so this will allow me to conduct raffles, random raffles, right? And so I can really reward my community, the people who have believed in me, right? And taken that leap of faith on my project. I can run a raffle at any time, and it'll be random number generators based on the Theta Seeds challenge reward number 1. So Megs, when you go and mint 6 more, you will qualify for your challenge reward, and then at any time, I'm going to raffle for it. So I already have 3 NFTs. I think I'll raffle them straight away as soon as the rewards distribute. So this will give you an idea of what I'm just going to raffle off randomly. It's like, when you earn a reward on Theta Drop and you do a challenge or something, and it's like, oh, I had this stuff anyway, so I did the challenge. I think that's
Sure.
I think that's kind of what I'm going to do. So we just did the Psycho KO Meepies. The challenge is live actually right now.
Right.
Yep.
So I'm going to,
Okay.
I'll raffle one of those, my redeemable. And same thing with the Tygons had their challenge on the shard drop, and I was able to get the bronze and the silver. Well, I'm going to raffle off 100K fuel, which is kind of a pretty cool thing. I think of all the projects on Theta Drop, I think Tygons is the one I'm most invested in. It's really cool. I've
really?
got some other stuff. I've got some other stuff planned for that. We can touch on some other time. And then I think because you guys are so pineapple centric, and I've got my pines and this and that, I'm gonna raffle off the SPS badge from ThetaCon. I bought it a while back when they first dropped, and it's just one of those things. It's in my account, and I don't really use it, but so maybe somebody in the community would like it. But what's really cool about it is it's serial number 69. So that's gonna be in high demand.
So just kind of going back here a little bit, all of these, the 42 NFTs and the 21 with videos, those are all your pictures and all your videos from your farming in the past?
Man. Yeah. And it's me
Nice.
singing too. Yeah, it's pretty, thanks. So thank you. So I assume that that's kind of like a comment of appreciation. You like what I've done?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's nice that you've done the work instead of just like, looking these things up and taking a stock photo and dropping it on there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And
I just wasn't sure at all because, some of them I was looking at, somebody was like auctioning off radishes or something. And when you look at it, I can't tell that it's radishes, right? So I was curious.
I think the only one that isn't mine is the one that Mags just pulled. I don't have
What?
I don't have a photo of celery in my yard. So I went to the grocery store and I took a picture of the celery. And so the title is Celery on Display. Like it's at a grocery store. Everything else is from my yard. And the seeds themselves, I grew celery seeds. I just don't have a video picture of it. So
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then you spoke of staking. So this is a unique kind of staking, right? Where you don't have to do anything. You just have to hold it.
Yeah. Now, so that it's with a caveat too, right? So you're gonna get rewarded for staking, just holding them in your wallet. And it's a low key way to do it, right? I don't have a website where you're transferring like the gurus, right? They put them in the shrine. It's just keep them in your wallet. Keep them in your wallet. And the caveat is that do not transfer them or list them for sale because that will reset your staking. Okay. So it's a neat way for me to make sure that people aren't trading or giving freebies or filling the marketplace and having a race to the bottom with undercutters. Most people in my project are incentivized to just hold them in their wallet. So that's
you have some kind of you have the ability to basically tell how long an NFT has been just sitting in someone's wallet.
Yeah. Open Theta has a creator suite to do stuff like that. And then, but I think what may end up happening is like, it may be too much work for me to do in November. I may have to rely on the person in their own wallet to just kind of confirm that in November. But it'll work out, and it's just a lo-fi way to keep track of that. And so that's the proof of stake. But thanks for bringing me back on track. the big deal I'm trying to push with this project is the proof of work. Now, these are these are concepts that we understand from crypto and from staking your crypto, right? And there's a proof.
Right. And
Like
mining, yeah.
I think the Theta token is proof of stake because you just hold it in a Guardian node. But I think the T fuel is a proof of work, right? Because doesn't it factor in with the edge node, and the edge node is taking on different jobs in the blockchain, and it's actually working. So that's where these concepts come from, is like the proof of stake, the proof of work. These are actually cryptocurrency lingo. But I've applied it to NFTs. And so the proof of work concept for my project is where I'm incentivizing people to go and do environmental actions. And so wherever you are around the world, even if you're not in the project, I'm still going to reward you for doing the contest or for participating. And now this has been going on for 5 weeks already. Like Mags, you earned some Seeds tokens from posting on Twitter or from retweeting. Or at the beginning, it was about trying to get the word out, and so I incentivized people to make posts and do retweets or post a picture or things like that. But now that we're moving into spring and summer, I'm hoping to really incentivize people to go and do something outside. What a novel idea. So I just posted like proof of work number 1 is to plant a tree. And you can plant a tree at your house, or you can go out into the fields and plant many trees. And I'm going to reward you for doing that. And so it's a really novel way to add value to an action that is really difficult to normally get paid for and to quantify. And I think that is the real, that's the real advantage and value that Web3 and blockchain can provide. I think of it like this, like I think Theta TV is a really good use case to look at. Okay, so look at Theta TV and how by streaming or by watching TV, you're getting paid for that, right? You earn a fraction of a T fuel to sit there and watch somebody.
I've had 0.4 T fuel for over a year now.
I wonder what it's like as a streamer. Like, do they actually make enough to pay some bills or to do different things? I don't know. But
I think some of them, especially the game ones, just try to call you out for pointing out why Theta TV is messed up and why you're overreacting. But maybe that's just me talking in the moment.
So Mags, I have like I said, I've participated in Theta TV for about 3 years, but it's mostly as in uploading videos. I don't have enough internet power to stream. So I don't know what the streaming side is like or how to earn, but I understand the concept, right? And
there's no earning.
But there is, right? It's not like on a YouTube where you're not being paid anything. You are being paid something, and it's up to Theta TV to determine that rate, but it's a proof of concept. And what they've done is they've taken an activity that would not normally get paid, right? They've taken content creation and they've kind of added a monetary incentive to that. They're incentivizing people to get on and stream and to do something where you wouldn't normally be paid, but maybe it's in it for you now. Maybe it's a little more worthwhile for you to get on and do it. And the same for the audience. If you're sitting there and watching, and now I know there's some people that just put it on and walk away, but they've incentivized that as an audience, right? And they are paying you some fraction of a T fuel to do that. And that to me is what Web3 should be. It should be about rewarding the activities that are good for the earth and good for the planet and good for humanity. And these are good actions that we should be doing, but you wouldn't normally be paid for it, right? And so that's kind of the vision that I've always had with trying to bring this project forward, is to incentivize people all around the world to do good environmental actions. And at the end of the day, I'm basically taking my own earnings from the farm and contributing to those actions.
So I'm definitely a numbers guy here, and I'm just trying to understand. So if you sell $40 worth of tomatoes to the restaurant, you're just going to put $20 in a jar, and that gets distributed.
That'd be
Yeah,
$10,
yes.
Hopper.
Yeah, I mean, I'll end up having to convert that to tea fuel and then send it around, but yeah, that's the idea.
Wow. Okay. It seemed, yeah. I mean, I'm not sure if you're talking like farm to table. I know those restaurants are super expensive around where I am anyway.
Mhm.
It seems like it, and if you're right in the backyard of one, it does seem like this is has some potential here to
Yeah,
be like
yeah.
almost like you're giving too much away. It's
I mean, thank you for recognizing that. I really appreciate that. And really, it could be a lot. Now we are also forming the basis of a CSA, and I've got a lot of friends and family and community that are interested in receiving like an organic box every week. And I've got the seeds themselves into retail locations right now. And we plan on doing farmers markets and going around. So there's actual like economic activity around this project. And I don't want to make projections and make assumptions, but it could be distributing thousands of dollars. That is not out of the question. Um, and like you said, like restaurants, an organic thing, you charge it as a premium. And I think the other side of this is once people understand that what I'm doing and how I'm tying it into Web3, and I think there could be a demand for the NFTs as well in my own community. And that was my vision, was to have actual people in my own community kind of turn them on to blockchain and through this project, to show them that you can tie real world physical things like a seed, and you can use the blockchain to distribute and coordinate and to do things in a decentralized way all the world over.
so is this all organic?
Yeah, I won't spray.
No, all right. So I don't know about where you are, but I know like, being organic is like, you got to basically pay a fee in order to be considered organic here. Like you can, like my father has a garden. It's organic, right? He doesn't spray anything on it. But if he wanted to sell it, he couldn't sell it as organic because he's not, we're not paying to have
it's
that.
semantics kind of a thing. And if you want to go through a certification process to get it into a grocery store to label it as organic, I mean, that's the process you're talking about. But
That was what I'm curious. Yeah, that it's organic, but it's not tagged.
Right.
Understood.
So where I am in Ontario, there's, and what I'm trying to do with this project is teach other people how to do this, right? Like if you come along with me in this project through the season, you're going to watch the videos that I upload and you're going to understand how to do this yourself, and you're going to take on a new skill, right? And so what I have here is hopefully people are going to join in, and you're going to learn how to create a side hustle of gardening, which is really profitable and it's a really good thing to do. You take care of the environment. It helps the ecosystem. You're going to eat healthy food. You're going to meet people in your community. You're going to be able to sell that food. And kind of a secretive little thing that goes hand in hand with that is that you don't have to pay taxes on food that you've grown or food that you've sold, right? It's a non-tax thing. So you don't even have to report these things. I mean, I basically have a little farming business going, but I'm not going to report any of this. And and we're gonna
Not
use
financial advice.
we're gonna use tea fuel to make all of our transfers and things, and that's kind of under the radar, nobody knows about. So these are the kinds of things that you really need to do in order to avoid too much red tape or government or things like that. I mean, look at what I'm doing already. Just over the wintertime, I was able to formulate this NFT drop, and I've got basically, like you said, Pops, I've got 42 packages of seeds, right? And so I have 2 retail locations carrying my seeds right now. Can you think of another business that you can just kind of, in a couple of months, put together a package and it's available for sale in retail? That's a very difficult thing to do. And normally there's a lot of red tape and a lot of bureaucracy and filling out business licenses and blah, 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 blah. I've done it, right? I've operated 2 or 3 other entrepreneurial ventures before this one. And so I kind of have an idea of, starting your own business from scratch. And it's easy. And this is something that everybody can do. And that's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping for, is to build a little community here where everybody's going to just kind of pitch in and do a little work in the real world and grow some things and contribute to the ecology and environment. And you're going to learn something. You're going to eat healthy. It's going to be a net benefit all around. And then in subsequent years, if we can keep this little group together and the people who are active in the group, you named off 4 or 5 of them already. These are people that are kind of like, they're survivalists, right? And now we have a network of people on Theta blockchain that, have seed saving skills and have, they're decentralized in a way that they're going to be really well off, even if the world goes crumbly. So this is just my little way of contributing to that,
Very cool. Well, we certainly wish you luck, man, but this has been very informative. Thanks for joining us, for sure, to, help me understand anyway what you got going. And like I said, it's a unique project, and it's, very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much for having me. I'm just a tweet away or a message away if you got any questions or whatnot. It goes for anybody who, any of the tens of tens that are listening. And
nice. Shout out.
Thank you so much for having me on.
It was our pleasure, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, Andrew. You have been listening to the Pops and Mags Pinecast. Music provided by Sushi Cat. Like what you hear? Send that cat a very nicely worded compliment on Twitter @JustAddSpam. Pops and Mags is a Scumbag Hat production in association with Kyle's Hot Tub.